Joe Harrogate's Wellness Wednesday with O'Connor Chiropractic, optimising the health potential of every family through chiropractic care.
Now, Dr. Jason, this is a huge topic at the moment. You must have seen thousands of different cases over your 25 years. Why would someone who's going through the menopause or about to go and see a chiropractor?
Yeah, really good question. And again, it comes back to, what's the most important organ in the body? We discussed this before, it's the brain. How does the brain control everything? Through the spine. So the spine is the armor which protects the spinal cord. The spinal cord is an extension of the brain. The hormone system of the body, so all your glands, your hormones in your body are regulated through your nervous system. If the nervous system is under stress, it will affect how you release hormones. Women, even from being young girls, a lot of times their hormone system is completely messed with. Again, through painful menstrual cycles, they're put on the contraceptive pill early age, and they're on it for years, sometimes decades, and then say, right, I need to try and have a baby now. And then they come off them and a lot of them find, oh geez, I can't conceive, because their hormone system has been so irregularly managed. And then they're often then given more hormones to get their hormone system working again. And this continual unnatural regulation of hormones can lead to bigger problems later on. Because I always say the menopause is a natural transition in everyone's life. It is natural, it's what you should go through. But when you speak to lots of different women, there's such a difference in the symptoms and the severity of those symptoms. So I'll speak to someone and say, well, yeah, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't the best, but kind of transitioned through it fairly well. And then other women, absolutely horrendous. And also the time at which it is. So some people will be fairly short period, some it will be a very long period of menopausal changes. And to an extent where they can't sleep, the hot flushes, the mood swings, the energy, and life can be pretty unbearable. And some of these women are very desperate when I'm speaking to them. But it all comes down to, well, if it is struggling to do something natural, why is it struggling? And again, going back to the central nervous system is what has to adapt and regulate all stress in the body. So if that is under strain or stress, you'll find that you'll struggle to then adapt and transition through the menopause. So a lot of times we aim on how can we naturally look at things like nutrition, and often you find that because of the stress and the menopausal symptoms, they're on the completely wrong type of diet, and sugar is high, and processed foods, and lots of things like which are linked in, and which can affect hormone regulation. So we try and help them transition by thinking, what can I change in my diet? How can I continue exercising? Because that's really important. We all lose like muscle mass and bone density as we get older, but with women especially, things like bone density, especially after the menopause. So it's again giving advice before you get there to be preemptive, to preventing that. So actually not, I'll wait till I'm osteoporotic, then I'll start looking at things like calcium, iron, vitamin D. No, we need to be looking at now before you get to that stage. So again, that preventive approach rather than that reactive approach. But yeah, we see a lot of women that have struggled with the menopause. They get chiropractic care, they make some changes in nutrition, their exercise routine, and they get some great improvements. Because as I say, at the end of the day, it's something that's natural, and it's just helping women kind of transition through that. But it's such a big area, and I get asked so many questions. So we're actually putting on a free workshop where this is not just for our patients in the clinic, but anyone who's listening, they can come in. We'll do like an hour talk. We'll also give out handouts of what you can do straight away in terms of nutrition, what supplements are good, because it is a big area, and it gives you a chance to ask any specific questions as well. We're holding that on the 18th of September. It's at the clinic, 101 Station Parade, just next to Waitrose, and it's on at 6:30. It's open to everyone. And if you want to book, you can just do it through our website, or you can call us on Harrogate 200 020.
And for any woman who is suspecting that she might be perimenopausal or going through the menopause, the tests that you offer at the clinic, do they differ from normal tests that you run for patients?
They don't differ as such, but what we'd be looking at is that woman struggling in that areas of the spine where the nervous system regulates the uterus, the hormone regulation, so things like the upper part of the neck, when we're looking at cortisol balance, which the cortisol is the stress hormone, but then has a knock-on effect on all the other hormones in the body. So if your cortisol is out, that's going to affect your adrenal levels, it's going to affect your insulin regulation. We know that then affects things like dopamine, serotonin. So a lot of these, they're kind of a cascade effect. When you alter one hormone in the body, it doesn't just affect that, it has a knock-on effect on so many other hormones. And that's why it can be a challenge if you just stick in a hormone, like in terms of hormone therapy for managing the menopause, you have so many other side effects because it creates an imbalance in so many other things. So you might reduce some symptoms, say hot flushes and energy, but then you create a lot of other problems elsewhere. Because as I say, you're then again interfering with that body's natural way of self-healing, self-regulating, and that natural transition, like we said. So it's actually trying to support the body without putting in more chemicals, more hormones. We aren't here to try and grow our business. We're here to improve and elevate the health of our community. That's my real mission. That's my drive.
Your Harrogate's Wellness Wednesday with O'Connor Chiropractic. Book your initial consultation now at o'connorchiro.co.uk.